Hello and welcome to another open source live code hangout. Today we'll be working on the Western Friend website. I've got the project running locally. We're building a community and magazine online publication. We've got a lot of features I won't go over in detail, but everything from subscriptions to e-commerce, multimedia handling, multimedia library. Today we're going to check out a couple recent recent issues and see what we can do. If we can do the low-hanging fruit, basically. Let's see. So this one will involve a data model change, it looks like. The idea, as discussed in our previous planning meeting, was to change the events. We have an event calendar feature. And the data model will need a new field, such as an event sponsor field. Which would be a foreign key field linking to one of our contacts. And an event category selector on the event model, which requires one of two categories. Okay, so that's an enum field. All right, so let's take a quick look at the code. Since upgrading Wagtail, I've got a bunch of deprecation warnings stemming from Wagtail. I did miss one. Did miss one or two. Let's see here. See if I can fix this deprecation warning. I'm gonna have an out of scope change in this pull request, but I'd like to fix that. All right, so let's just fix this deprecation warning. A lot of these, okay, so this is from the Django DB models, site packages, DB models, init. Core URLs. Wagtail core URLs is deprecated. Use Wagtail URLs instead. So everything, they just reorganized. And it's so hard to read through these deprecation notices. I'm trying my best, but missed one. Wagtail media, Wagtail core models, Wagtail. I wish I could suppress the ones from the Wagtail and Django. Looks like we're good to go. All right. We'll push this branch up, create a pull request. Link it there, create it as a draft. What's called that? Event model improvements. Cool. All right, now we're good to go. So yes, if you're following along and you'd like to check the differences here that we create during this session, I'll paste this in the video chat, which will be then available at this timestamp. if you're watching after the live stream. What you can do, if you're not familiar with GitHub, go to that link and click the Files Changed tab. I don't know, they could potentially change their user interface as well, but of course, I can only show you how it looks right now. And it'll show you side by side, or it'll show you the comparison of the changes, line by line. All right, cool. So the deprecation notice aside, let's go into the sort of the actual task. There's going to be some changes to the model. So we'll pull up the events app. We'll open the events app, core app, events. The project is divided into these sort of application modules. And each of the main applications, not all these are corresponding with the application, but if there is an application in the directory, it'll have typically a models file where we describe the data model as classes, as Python classes. They get mapped to database tables. Sponsor. So we got event is in the name. So we're not going to put event sponsor in the name. We'll just put sponsor. And similarly with category. And let me double check how we've done this. It's essentially the same as the authors in the magazine. So let's go down here to magazine models and look for the magazine issue. Index page, magazine issue. What we did here, no, article, sorry. Magazine article. Article tag, department. I can make this a bit bigger. Index page. Can I collapse all? Collapse all. Right there. All right, probably took as long to figure all that out as it would have taken me to scroll, but it's just much less to read. Okay, so what we did is each magazine article has several fields, including an author's field. Now this should be a 1 though. Whoops. Oh, no. We did a join. Okay. We did a many to many here because a magazine article can have many authors and an author can have published many articles. So that won't exactly work here. But the crux of it actually is right here, magazine article author. And it'll basically be a foreign key just like this. I think we should actually protect these if we delete the author. We don't want to delete all the articles. It looks a bit dangerous. Oh, right. It'll delete the relationship. Okay, so this is essentially what we want. And I'll just read through this to make sure it's what we want again. So the event sponsor will be a foreign key. There can only be one sponsor from what I can understand here. For initial implementation, I will just add, I'll do to the word what she says here, what the editor said here, Mary Klein. But like the articles, an event could have multiple sponsors. And in fact, I can think of many conferences that have like dozens of financial sponsors, and those typically get listed in sponsor pages of the event, for example. But in this case, I think it's not about financial sponsorship. It's about where the event is hosted or taking place. So it seems like a foreign key is the correct solution, but if not, I can change the data in the migration. So we don't want this to be required. So from the entity, we want to be able to get a reverse relationship to get the events that they've sponsored. The other thing I was thinking about is how to filter it to only allow with this page chooser panel. Okay, sponsor. I gotta import that. Let's see if it'll help me out here. It's having troubles finding our environment. This is a bummer, but okay. So that page chooser panel will automatically allow us to filter Wagtail pages to specific page subtypes. Yeah, there we go. A little help there. Just trying to see where I was typing. I accidentally typed. Deprecation warnings are obnoxious. All right, so we've got the one-to-many relationship. Basically, one sponsor can be sponsoring multiple events, but an event can only have one sponsor. All right, pushing these changes up. Just by way of example, what we'll see here is now that we've got 2 files changed, we've got 3 because it auto generates these migrations. I've got to get these pre-commits installed so that I can run these commands, these linting commands before every commit, and I'll have to do those manually. All right, here we go. So the other part of the data model, at least, I got some UI related things to consider. The pages listings. Yeah, we have to think about all these little details. If you have pages, they have to exist at a URL typically. Now, I also have this category field, and this is an enum selector. So where have I done this? Most of our enums are actually foreign keys in a way. They're not enums. I didn't do that. All right. Choices. There we go. This might have been kind of older code. I'm defining them as just arrays. I can follow that pattern. I think there's a little more. This is more conventional now. I think it's so you can import this model and get the choices from there. So let's follow this. I should probably convert these to save myself a little bit of searching. Then all these. Migrations. I should squash these migrations. I can exclude this actually. Oh, to include. That was the right thing. What do I got here? Keep that. Exclude the migrations. Use the tools. Use the tools. Looking good. That way, hopefully it's like a small maintenance thing, but hopefully I'll remember to come back to this. All right, so what we wanted was just an example though. And I'm just gonna close a bunch of stuff. And the example came from donations. So I'll open up the donations. Just grab one. And the issue is to add the event category. Probably go around the bottom here. Leave it null and blank so we can import, I think. Well, I've got a default value. I believe the importer should work. We need to categorize every event. All right, so we'll do that. Because it's got to fit into one of those pages, A or B. Okay, my T's empty. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. We're making progress. I'm going to have a couple questions that will be unresolved. We'll have to wait for a day or so to get clarity. So I'm not going to be able to do much of the front end, the UI facing stuff. It's not quite front end. This is full stack development, but in other words, the client side, templates and URLs and routing and stuff. We'll run that migration, and I will just change we have an existing events page. So I can just change the wiring there to only show events that are categorized as Western events. Thank you for a second. Yeah. We just have an index page. So I'm still here. Here I am. Events index page, and I'm getting the context here and filtering. Here's one. So I would want to reuse this. I have to reach into here. So what we'll do is add a couple of events. Ah, interesting. Well, it seems to work, actually. Somehow it's just working. That could be a problem, though. Let me see. It does scrunch it on the smaller screen. Oh, you can't see it under my face. All right, well, the Wagtail menu is down here. You can see it popping up. We're the Wagtail admin. No problem. It's not quite related. This is featured. I need to add that panel now. Ah, but it has a default. Well, there we go. The default, I guess, is just in the user interface. So we've got a Western event, view live. Things are okay there. And if I go to the events page, it should show up here. On the front page, it should show up here. So that's good. But now we want to add another event. And of course that'll work. And when I look at the image page, it will not be listed there. Okay. I think it's a safe assumption to events/other, although the problem is with the event, it has this subpath. Events are created in a tree. So if you create an event called other, it would clash. It would potentially clash with this other events page. What I'll do though is just a preliminary. I can close donations now. And what I'll do is, I guess, and that also begs the question, oh, dang it. It puts a bit of a wrench in the whole thing to have these bespoke These bespoke pages. What could be accomplished though is a URL argument. What's happening is the tree is hierarchical, and so what I've defined it I've defined it so that the events index page that lists events can only be placed underneath the home page in the hierarchy. So that's why here's home, basically root level. And then the events page renders here because I've manually created this page, or actually I've done it through a content importer. Nonetheless, there can only be one instance of this index page. So it's a special case. And the only things that can go under it are events. Now the problem is that we've categorized these events. They're all events, but they have this category. Property. Now, just out of curiosity, what happens if this is none? It can't be none though, it can't be none. What happens if this is none? I have an idea. URL argument, if we want to filter these. So, and I'm just going to test this again real quick. So if I go to events, we should see something. All right, so I can't pass. Okay, I can't pass none into the filter. it works. Yeah, so the category is literally just going to work on that. That's what I was thinking. Conditional queue. So just run subqueries. All right, so if I chain the there's got to be a relatively terse way of doing this. I'm sure somebody's come into this problem. Ah. Nice. Let's try this. Then I'll get it out of the request. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So that'll work. That is relatively terse. So if there, it's a flip. I'm going to flip between these two, right? It'll have a default value. If you just go to events, you don't need to pass it in anything. So the default will be to add this events. Otherwise, unless this is true, unless we get something in the request. So let's open the debugger real quick and we'll stop time when we get to about here. I think we're good to go though. So that worked, and then I just the same thing. I just enabled the debugger with the breakpoint here. Now we're going to look at the request C get. Category needs to equal this exact value. And then we got to validate it. This throws a wrench in the thing, but it's okay. I think this is a good compromise. It's really one character difference from the endpoint. Well, sort of, not one character, but instead of /other, I don't have to validate it. But this is raw. Yeah, the reason I'm concerned about this is if we create another event, the events by default come under the /event/ name, but it would make sense that it would be event would have this type, event/other/ then the slug. But that would mean we'd need a whole nother database table, basically. That doesn't seem right. This really does seem like a query parameter. I just want to make sure that's safe. There's other programming languages in Python. There's get, because it's dictionary. Yeah, and actually, I want to make this more explicit. Yeah, well, the only difference should be very visible. Really, that's it. So in this case, I actually don't even need these. Now I can just stack these, because we'll always have both of them. The only thing I'm worried about is this introducing SQL injection. Do I need to? I need to pull this string from the enum where it's trusted. And this unless Q is all right. So then it sounds like Django's giving me SQL Injection Protection by virtue of using its filter, its ORM. I will just put this in my docs here to note to self. All right, I believe this is. All right, I think we're on good grounds. I'm just using that just to be on the safe side, because I'm not a security expert, and I frankly don't have the capacity to do that. So I need a rich framework to kind of help me with a lot of these details. I think this is a good compromise. And if you pass in an arbitrary string, like oops. You won't get anything, but if you do other, I think that's a good compromise. It's a bit more verbose, but not that bad. And it keeps, all the events will be nested at the correct level. We don't have to introduce some sort of weird hack to keep the events organized as separate URL paths. Events and events other, something like that. And this is really, it is just a filter. We're filtering on category, which could lead to other types of filters if we wanted to filter on other fields. Then it would sort of be a faceted events page. Okay, I think this is a good to go for now, and we're gonna have some review on this later tonight. Okay, let's, darn it. well, what we'll do is I need to just commit these separately, it looks like. Stage selected ranges. I wonder how I'd do a multi-selected range. That would be convenient. I'm sure it's possible. It says let's stage selected ranges. What's this? Yeah, need that one. Cool. All right. So again, these changes are visible on GitHub. Pull request 528. This has been a bit of a tricky solution, but I think we're in a good. I think we're doing all right. How do I send that? Just enter? No. There we go. Not a lot of big changes. I guess about around 100 lines of delta, but some of it is just comments. I think some of it was just like lint level details. So the crux of the changes are not so big. Yeah, these comments to do auto-generated migrations. So really the changes here are to add these choices for event category. And sponsor. This is weird. What's going on here? I don't know. I think it's because I'm viewing it on a small screen. Yeah, it's just formatting on small screen. So yeah, and then just to use that in the filter URL parameter. Query string. Another to do. Very cool. All right, well, we'll leave this code as it is. I didn't need a whole lot of the UI changes to generate these two pages. It's the same page with a filter. But the well, the title should change. Well, I've got the context here. All right, so then essentially I don't know the best way to do this. I guess just upper. How do you string? I think Python. Capitalize. But none might not have that. No, it can't be none here. Has to be a string. Okay. I suppose this will work. Let's double check. I need to return that. Ensure that we've got a space there. Page title. All right. Other events. Tiny events. I don't know. Tiny. No events. No events. That's cool. Western events. Yeah. Oh, Kesty. Let's call this event category. Where'd the question mark go? Oh my gosh. There it is. Equals, what was the other? Works. All right. Not as bad as I thought to do those titles. All right, I'll give some upvotes. That one gave me the insight to an earlier attempt. This one just helped me remember the syntax here. I wasn't searching for that exact question, I suppose. All right, this has been another Python, Django, and Wagtail CMS open source hangout, where we've been working on the Western Friend project. If you'd like to check out this source code, stop on by github.com/westernfriend. I'll add a link in the chat to the files we've changed today so you can get the delta. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. And keep on building your inspiration. Have a great day.